The money in coffee, the business is in the cherries. But these cherries, they don't come here. The bearing head is the distance from the lowest branch that has cherries. Which one of ours that has fruits? This one, up to the last branch that has cherries. So that's what we call the bearing head. Now, here's the trick. If you are a business person, you need more profits. If your bearing head of coffee goes below 1 meter, then you should be concerned, because that means the area of production has reduced. You will see that in the young coffee plantation, the bearing head is going even up to 2 meters. That means that farmer has more money, because we don't count plants, we count how much of these twigs are productive. That's how we define a bearing head.
So the longer the twig, the more coffee.
The longer the twig, the more the coffee. The longer the bearing head, the more the coffee. Now, if a bearing head goes below 0.5 meters, honestly, you're not going to break even. You're not in business. And that usually comes after 15 years, 20 years. That's when we tell you, don't cut the whole plantation, stamp it. Because coffee will sprout. This.
Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your amazing girl, Jojo. Guess where I am? It's actually raining. It's drizzling. Look at the clouds. So dark, but I'm here on the move to get content for you guys. So I'm in Mukono apparently. It's one of the places here in Uganda. And I'm going to take you through everything you need to know as far as coffee plantation is concerned. So enjoy the video. So guys, there's a part of the video that already has an explanation of this. This is a coffee plantation for those who have never seen. All that I am, it's been 2 years ago since the first time I saw a coffee plantation here in Uganda. I wasn't even sure if we grow coffee in Uganda, but I'm glad I've seen it, and I want you guys to see it as well. You're there, you're in Europe, you're in Brazil. Oh, pardon my manners. If you're new to the channel, kindly subscribe. And for the returning subscriber, I am deeply grateful. Thank you so much for always coming back home. Enjoy the video, okay? Yeah, simply that. And another thing, guys, it is raining. Do you see my skin? It is raining. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, you're being so unfair to me. Because I'm under the rain just to get for you the amazing content that your eyes deserve to see. So please, be nice to me.
So this would be a good story to tell. These are 2 months. This is where your coffee comes from. Then we go to the garden.
These are 2 months old.
2 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're supposed to be taken to the garden by
6 months. 6 months, 7 months. Okay. So from there, they are taken in. There, we put them in arches. No, not yet. So from here, we put them here. Why
from 2 months?
Here, yes. So these are 4 months. Why we put them here? Because we want, yes, we still want the heat, but we also want to give them room to grow the leaves. Yeah. So we raise the nursery a little bit and put these arches. So from here, we will remove this polythene altogether. They get exposed, like you saw there. And
for how long do they be in that open?
2 months.
No,
and there,
after the arches, now open like that.
1 month.
Then to the main garden.
Then also hardening, we don't take them straight. We take it slowly, and then take them to that shade. Yeah. Or so this is a 70% shade. Then we take them to 50% shade. From 50% is down there to direct sunlight.
Oh, even the shades.
The shades differ, yeah. So this blocks 70% sunlight. So that would be the story.
And the beauty of these nets is also during the coffee processing method. You can build raised stands using them. Okay.
They stay here for 1 month, and after we start preparing for hardening off. Do you guys remember hardening off? Because we want them to get used to where they are going. The end goal is in the field.
Yeah.
But we can't move a very young coffee like this. The one that this. It's about 2 months. We can't move it to the field. It's going to. It won't survive. Yeah. So we need to slowly wean it off. But mostly for coffee wilt resistant lines, pickup quality has been okay. It's the yield that now we are improving because we need farmers to get more and more money. And then also we are adding in resistance to other challenges that affect coffee in the country. So this is an already prepared media, rooting media. So now, I also want to tell you that we had a very bad hailstorm last week. So things should be looking much better than this.
But unfortunately,
Part was covered in hailstorm. It was cloned and then it's growing. Yeah.
so the sky is very important.
Yeah, to know that it was actually cloned. Yeah. And we only do this for coffee wilt resistant varieties. In Ethiopia and forest soil.
The varieties of urban farming demonstration here. We are starting with coffee and then we are going to come to other sectors later. There are lots of things: tomatoes, spinach, lots of greens. I'm going to take you guys through how all these other greens are grown. Okay, so let's first go and finish up with coffee and then we come back here. There. Okay. So they are harvesting sukuma wiki over there. We are on our way to the main garden, and that's the path. So let's go to the main coffee garden. We've actually reached, but this is the end of the garden. So let's start from the beginning, from in front.
Wilt resistant varieties. These what was there, they still resist because we take care of them, but when it gets the disease it will succumb to it. Yeah. So the season is off really, and also there it's an old plantation. So when you go to here it's more new, and you will see the difference that the length of these twigs, the branches, it is shorter compared to where we are going. Like I told you, farmers want more money, so the longer the twig, the higher the profit. So they want narrow to keep developing twigs.
This thing like a root is the twig. Right?
Yeah, this is the twig, and this is the branch. So in coffee, we recommend, in Uganda, we recommend triple stands, 3 stands, but sometimes 2. In Brazil, some farmers do a single stand, especially those who are doing mechanization, harvesting with machines and robotics. But in Uganda, we recommend maximum 3 stands. But you will see that the base is much bigger, because after some time, this coffee, the productivity reduces. When the productivity reduces, we stamp. We do what we call stamping, and then we let the other ones grow.
What is stamping?
Stamping is the act of cutting the old stems or the old orchard. It's a way of revamping or rehabilitating the orchard without completely closing it.
So when do you know that you have to stamp?
So how do you know when you have to stamp? There's what we call a bearing head. The money in coffee, the business is in the cherries, but these cherries, they don't come here. The bearing head is the distance from the lowest branch that has cherries. Which one of ours that has fruits? This one, up to the last branch that has cherries. So that's what we call the bearing head. Now, here's the trick. If you are a business person, you need more profits. If your bearing head of coffee goes below 1 meter, then you should be concerned, because that means the area of production has reduced. You will see that in the young coffee plantation, the bearing head is going even up to 2 meters. That means that farmer has more money, because we don't count plants, we count how much of these twigs are productive. That's how we define a bearing head.
So the longer the twig, the more coffee
the
we
longer
have
the
on
twig,
that.
the more the coffee. The longer the bearing head, the more the coffee. Now if a bearing head goes below 0.5 meters, honestly, you're not going to break even. You're not in business. And that usually comes after 15 years, 20 years. That's when we tell you, don't cut the whole plantation, stamp it. because coffee will sprout. You see, this one is already sprouting, but because we are maintaining only 3, we keep removing it. We keep removing these ones that are growing, so that we remain only with 3. Now some farmers think they are smarter. They want to have many, but remember these are plants.
This is now the younger plantation.
Yeah. The other side, this stump was huge, but here it is small. That shows this is a newer orchard. Also, the bearing head is really high because see this coffee is starting to. The bearing head is from here to there. That means this farmer is likely to make more money compared to the other farmer. Now these are the coffee wilt resistant varieties. The KR 1 to 7.
This one?
Yeah, we don't have KR 1 to 10. So here's the other thing I was telling you. When you compare the length of the twigs that we saw there, these ones are much longer. And the beans are also much bigger. So this one will be ripe in 1 month. And
how do you tell though?
How you tell is it should be very, very ripe, like people power ripe.
When red?
Yeah,
Red,
they
yes.
turn red. That's
Red
when you
cherries.
harvest.
We will also before you
Man,
go.
I've never seen
We are-
coffee that is red.
Aha, so
Because
now,
I've always seen.
so you are in luck. We are going to practice.
So what makes these ones grow, what makes this one to be along with the bearing what?
Bearing head.
Bearing
yeah.
head be longer than those ones.
Because
The
they are young, yeah. They are young, but also we are taking very good care of them. But eventually, the system, the plant itself becomes old and tired.
That's
This-
why they.
Yeah, this is the bearing head reduces no matter how much you feed them. That's up to 15 years and above. So when you
50
cut
years and above.
15 years.
15.
1.5.
Yeah.
You can have a
Yes.
coffee plantation for that long.
Actually, coffee can stay for up to 50 years when you keep
Cutting.
rehabilitating. and
Guys, you
rehabilitating.
need to join coffee.
You see the nurse in Yamalogo still there.
So I want to show
Yeah,
you
Jaja's coffee.
Isaac. Some of our people
Been there from
have
the
never
70s.
seen a ripe coffee cherry or coffee fruit. So today we are going to practice how we pick coffee. Now, to get a very good cup of coffee, you have to pick only the ripe cherries, the very, very ripe cherries. Generally, this one needs a month, but we can still pick a few, very few. Very few. And when you're picking, we don't strip. You don't strip. You only pick only the ripe ones, and in a way that you will not damage the twig. The branch is our business. So if you remove this
raw ones falling right now.
this one we harvested, but also because of shaking. And also we had hailstones last week. Yeah. So when you're harvesting, you only harvest the ripe cherries without damaging the twig, because this is your business.
And the other thing, when you strip like this, you end up leaving wounds on the coffee. Okay, remember it's like when scan your word. So and when the coffee doesn't heal very well as a plant, it will in the next season you'll even find not even giving you good yields because
The damaged parts need
so it also needs to recover from that the way you strip it.
And also from the quality perspective, if you harvest green beans, they have not accumulated enough sugars, the cup quality is going to be very bad. First, they're going to shrink so much. When you are roasting, why we emphasize roasting graded coffee is that when you roast coffees of different size and different richness in terms of sugar, some of them are going to burn, they're going to get burnt compared to the others. So those ones that get burnt usually, because most likely they were harvested when they were not very ready. And then it's quite a common practice by some farmers. But those are a few characters that will
very
wait out.
important because you may find a farmer who has.
Yeah,
You find someone because they don't have time
That's true.
to need. So
now those are the farmers also, because some of the farmers, most of our farmers sell green coffee, black chiboko. They think because, of course, when it dries, the red, what was red and what was green will almost be the same. But at processing is when we'll tell the good ones from the bad ones. But the
And
farmer,
it's evident.
yes, but the farmer will have already sold in the cayola. But when you're processing by wet processing, only the ripe cherries will be the one to be stripped. The green ones, the cover will get stuck and it will not come out well.
So
the-
this comes off easily when it's ripe.
Depending on
Yes,
the process you're going to even use.
Like you can try this.
Another thing is
This one
even
will-
when you are harvesting, you will see the red ripe cherry coming off easily. It's not, you don't use even too much force when you are removing them like
You
the
try
one.
to remove this cover. It's
So even if you twist it a bit like this, you'll find it coming off.
come
if it doesn't
out.
come off, it means it's not yet
Not
ready.
yet ready.
okay. Rain is chasing us, but if you don't mind,
You can come inside. You can.
we are still recovering our coffee. I wanted to show you the coffee to blower, but it's not very important. So you see, like that one. This one actually, we don't go for. This is not a good coffee.
The flowers come when the coffee is still young.
Yeah. So
The flowers first come, then the seed.
There are also
So
These
the
are
seeds
flowers.
come from here.
yeah, the fruits will come from it. So
That
this.
makes sense.
You come this direction because the wind is blowing from where you so you'll see on the twigs, these are already pollinated, these are pollinated. After some time, all you see here will be fruits.
Filled with the flowers,
The
then
flowers
the fruits
and the
will
fruits,
come.
yeah. So all these are pollinated. But remember, like I told you at the beginning, Robusta is cross-pollinating. Yeah. So that's why even if you're growing coffee wilt resistant varieties, we recommend that you take at least 3 varieties, you mix them. We need that interaction. Yeah. As for Arabica, by the time the flower opens, it's already pollinated. Yeah. So all our coffees are different species, different physiology. Yeah, the old.
So guys, this is how coffee looks actually. Raw coffee. This doesn't smell like the coffee. Oops, my hair.
Flowers that haven't opened. It has very young flowers that are developing. It has flowers that are developed but not yet open. It has pollinated flowers which are developing into the fruit. It has young fruits. You see this tiny little thing? That's a coffee
So when the
fruit.
flowers fall off, what is underneath the flower is the
It-
start
it-
of the
Yeah, it's
fruit
start of the
itself.
coffee.
Yeah.
This one.
That's
Then
all.
from there, the coffee. These are green coffees. These are coffee berries still developing. They are still green, and then eventually they will mature. The story goes up to here. These are mature coffees, cherries, but not yet ripe. There are few that are beginning to ripen, as you can see, which will peak a few weeks from now. Then from there we take to processing. Here we do dry processing. From dry processing to the cup, roasting and grinding, and then eventually a very good
So
cup
that
of coffee.
particular branch has the whole process actually.
Yes, so we can start from
From
here
the- yeah,
to here,
flowering.
to here, to here, here, and eventually here.
We don't have a properly ripe one, but it is red hot when it's ripe, right?
Yes, it's red hot when it's ripe. Like this one, 2 weeks from now it will be ripe. And why we emphasize on farmers not doing strip harvesting is because these coffees ripen at different rates. So you need to pick only the ripe one at a time, without damaging the branch. Because when the branch is damaged, then the flowers won't come. then there will not be business. So this is a healthy coffee. The bearing head is really good, up to 2 meters. If I were a farmer, I'll be confident when I'm taking a loan because I know I'll be able to pay it back.
Yeah.
And when the bearing head falls below 1.5 meter, 0.5 meters, then you're not in business. Also, why we emphasize on good, taking care of the coffee very well, good nutrition, fertilization and manuring, because it will have longer twigs. So imagine this thing spans 2 of my hands.
Yeah. Just one.
But then if it wasn't fed well, maybe it would be like up to here. So what we want is longer twigs and longer bearing head, horizontal and vertical.
Okay. So if the whole garden was filled with
this,
such bearing heads, this farmer would be in serious business.
It's what we aim at.
Yeah.
Maybe years from now, next year.
Okay.
So take home message: length of the twig and bearing head. From there we go to Ghana, cocoa, cocoa. So we have 2.
Surprisingly, it's my first time to see a cocoa tree.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing. I'm embarrassed.
Chocolate.
I'm embarrassed. It's my first time to see a cocoa tree. A cocoa, is it? I shouldn't call it a tree. Plantation. Okay, so let's go and check up on a cocoa. Oh,